Let me at the very onset, Your Excellency, once again, take this opportunity to welcome you to Kenya and to say how delighted we are to have you together with us this evening in a celebration that just binds us with high expectations of the friendship between our two countries and the cooperation and the mutual respect that exists between our two countries can only but continue to blossom. So today, we have amongst us one of Kenya's longest and deepest partners. The relationship between Kenya and Zambia is not a new one. And it started all the way from the friendship between the two founding fathers of the nation. And indeed, it was also the founding father of Zambia who introduced us and showed us that democracy was indeed a path that can be encompassed and that truly there is life after the presidency. And for sure, democracy after Zambia has taken root on the African continent. And for that, we want to thank our Zambian brothers and sisters. We in Kenya are equally committed to this integration agenda. We and Zambia are amongst the first two countries not only to sign but to ratify the Africa Free Trade Area. And I want to assure you that the Kenya government will continue working with its partners in Zambia and across the African continent to continuously remove barriers to trade, continue to improve the ease of doing business, continue to open our borders to our brothers and sisters across the continent. And today, I therefore urge and encourage our Zambian brothers and sisters to be investors and to look no further to make Kenya their investment destination of choice, but also to look to their brothers in Kenya to be their investment partners of choice. So today, as we seek once again to deepen our fraternal relations, I am indeed confident that the many fruitful discussions that we have held today and during this visit, and on top of it, the signing of a number of additional bilateral instruments on cooperation, will enable us to further recalibrate and scale up the scope and breadth of our bilateral relations. One of the things that also came out today was the deep commitment the President of Zambia showed in terms of ensuring that we not only just deepen our cooperation, but that cooperation should be one that is led by integrated African investment. We should no longer be talking about boundaries. We should be talking about multinational corporations that flourish across the African continent, owned by Africans, using African raw materials, creating employment for African children, creating wealth for African peoples, and by extension leading us to self-reliance and greater independence. So our discussions today have focused on opportunities to harness on the already existing strong bonds of friendship, to also strengthen our political ties, as well as our business and economic ties. And in this context, like I've just said, we have agreed to address ourselves to the prevailing bottlenecks, including addressing ourselves to a few tariff and non-tariff barriers that bar our people from enjoying the freedom of trade amongst themselves. And we have in this regard, this afternoon, agreed that the ministers responsible for trade of both countries will work together to expeditiously address the outstanding tariff and non-tariff barriers. So as I have said, this visit is nothing more than a visit to reinforce, to enhance the cooperation between our two countries as we seek to deepen that partnership for the mutual benefit of our respective people. So this is an agenda that I think we share, an agenda that I think we can advance together, and an agenda that is at the core of our own Africa Agenda 2063. And it is that way that we will ensure that we promote regional peace and security, because peace and security is built on creating an enabling environment for especially our young people to thrive across the continent.
Two things are bothering us: the cost of fuel, the cost of fertilizer. Now, if we put our heads together, for example, we're discussing with him, two of us, that I said, President, I hear you're mooting an idea to consortium purchase of fuel so that we can negotiate better. Everything is negotiable. We all know that. I mean, yes, we have international prices, commodities prices, but everything is negotiable. I said, I hear you are mooting an idea that we can consortium procuring oil, fertilizer, more than one country, so that we can obviously get the obvious things, quantity, discounts, negotiation power. I said, yeah, we're looking at it. He said, Zambia is in. Can we bring other countries so that we can have a bit of a negotiating power? And that will translate into lowering the cost of two ingredients in our economic management issues or areas that are driving costs, that are irritating our citizens. If we're able to deal with those issues by working together, who will argue against that? Who will be unhappy about that? Nobody. So we agreed with my brother that we'll advance this discussion to our regional discussion tables, AU tables, so we then can walk to our colleagues in Europe, China, America, elsewhere, holding hands, and we'll be able to negotiate better and more beneficial transactions for all our countries. And this will benefit our people: jobs, business opportunities, support for the weak, for the sick, for the young, for the old, for the differently abled. That's how it works. So we rededicate ourselves to working together. And he says to me, HH, we expect this new generation of African leaders to run and not walk in this direction. And I promised him, and there were only two of us, so he may not say I didn't say it or I said it, because there are only two of us there. But we are honest brokers to each other. We promised him that we would definitely do that. We know it may be difficult. We know we may be misunderstood, but it's a walk, it's a run, which is absolutely essential. And we invite Kenyans, we invite Zambians to join this dash, this marathon, and other countries on our continent.